I told somebody about what you do and what your software does, and I will explain it in a second as best I can, and then you could correct me. The phrase they use after I explained what you do is, and I'll do it the way they did it to me. They shook their head and they said, "We don't stand a chance." And so that's the whole thing. So let me explain what's happened. Chris Stone, you're aware of, and people out there, Doug Lehman, and people out there that are watching right now. If you have any questions, please throw your questions our way. But if you're familiar with the disk profile system,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So what disk is let's say it has 4 profiles. What I think your software does is it goes out and it scrapes the internet, and it, for your target market, it tells you for each individual person, without even talking to them, kind of what their disk profile is. Then the salesperson on this side of the table writes an email, just a standard email, puts it into the system. The system, through augmented intelligence, makes 4 different emails out of that email based on the profile of the intended prospect, and sends it to them that way. And so it's like the poor prospect, which is you and I, the people on the receiving end of this, we don't stand a chance. It's like they're talking to our souls. Is that in essence what your software does, Usman, or am I giving you more credit for what it is? I think it's amazing.
No, it is absolutely correct. When we see AI, the artificial part of intelligence, it all sounds the same. It uses the same language, the same words. And at times, I've been using Chat GPT, for example, for some time. And I can now read something that has been written by Chat GPT and identify that's where it came from. At the end of the day, Dan and Chris, it's about people buying and selling from people. We've got to humanize that interaction. And any tool and any device or aid that we can use to help us better understand the subjects or the audience that we're writing to is good for us. So not only do I have to write the email, I can just simply prompt XIQ, which is our platform, and Gilroy, which is the AI powered chatbot, to help me write that email. And not only does it write that email based on facts and figures that it is scrapped up or collected from the from the internet, it also personalizes it based on your personality, your communication preferences, and how you like to be sold to. And it really improves that communication level. And just think about it. In the old days, Dan, we went to somebody's office, read all the body language, understand the signals by picking up the signals by looking at pictures on their desk and what was behind them to see who that person was, what they had done, what sports they played, etc. Those were the signals. Now we're living in that virtual selling world where we're interacting in these Zoom boxes. Very difficult to pick up on a lot of signals, and buyers don't want to meet sellers anymore. That engagement level is going down. Buyers are increasingly going online and doing their own research. So in that environment, how do you create that human interaction, that human connection, which is really, really important to actually help close the deal? And that's where our platform and this predictive disk analysis comes into play to help us, believe it or not, humanize that interaction, right? That's the core goal of what we want to do, is humanize that interaction.